Oh, home school shootings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the stream. We have 19 drivers in lobby this week, and joined with me tonight, I have Mr. AJ Wuhan.
Hello everyone, pleasure to be here. Bit caught off guard by that intro, but yeah, thank you all for joining in the stream. Hope you all enjoy the race. And yeah, it's good to be here. It's been a while, and looking forward to some good action on track. As we've got a close grid, and I've got some competitors at the front, a couple of which aren't here today, so we've got some opportunities for those in the fighting positions to make up some ground. So yeah, we've got a full dry race as well, according to our insider insiders. So yeah, what do you think? What do you expect from the race here, Mark?
I mean, full dry. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's not gonna be entertaining because Tier 4 is never not entertaining. It's usually a full DRS train, but that's what maybe the more advanced people. We'll see how it goes here. USA is a very, very tricky track. Those temperatures of the tires can get high sometimes. It really high downforce track, even though there's, I mean, a lot of straight in this track and a lot of, well, following each other. We'll see what happens. First man on track is the Haas of Chugs 15 Spams 12, which I think is a reserve.
Yeah, he's making his debut here in CRL. He's a friend of a driver in Tier 4, and we're happy to have him join us. Let's hope he puts on a good show for us, shall we?
Yeah, that's right. I love USA Percy as a track. It's just unfortunate that sometimes people can't calculate their slipstreams, but yeah, very unfortunate there. But yeah, we have the Haas on track, soon about to start his lap. Tire temps, as I said, can get really high in Sector 3, so you gotta keep a nice balance in the setup. I hope everyone has a nice dry and high downforce setup. Usually the wings to go to are 1110. Some people opt for 1010, but we'll see how they do as Chuck's about to start a lap.
Yeah, and it's a good point you mentioned about that, because one of the things we do try and do in league in CRL is we try and maintain a good quality racing in the league, and reporting those incidents and bring them to our attention is always an important part of it. So we just hope that everyone has a good time on track, and everyone enjoys it. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this.
And Chugs taking a nice turn one there. No one, a very nice section. Oh, but he goes wide, and that's invalidation. It's gonna be the first invalidation. Hope he gets out of the way for Spider. He does. Spider on a lap now. We'll jump on board with him. He's done a decent sector one here. Stay close to the right curb and just launch out there. A bit of understeer. Ooh, lifts off in a very unusual position. He might have abandoned his lap. We'll have to see. Few yellow flags as the McLaren goes for a spin. McLaren of Aussie, or is he out of the way so people don't know?
He's on his out lap, thankfully. His tyres might be a bit hot, but he's got plenty of time to pull them down.
Yeah. Spyro coming down to the hardest braking zone of the track. You can cut a lot of that chicane. Like, it is much better to cut it than apex it. You are taking a bit of a risk, but you can absolutely cut so much of that curve. You get a nice entry for the next corner. Spyro tight with this. You really want to apex it, and he goes wide. Just invalidates there. It is a tricky track to not invalidate, especially Sector 1. Every sector has its own invalidations. We got Sector 2 with the curb on the right before the straight. There's a lot of different places.
Yeah, there's a lot of debate as to sort of what this track kind of favours between wheel and pad, but the main thing ultimately is everyone enjoys the track in the game, and some parts of the track you do get better angles into the corners, you get more control over the car, whether it's on throttle or by turning. But ultimately, I think when it comes down to it, I think it's all about whoever puts the most practice in and who's sort of committed to the best racing line and who can do it the best, and that's all coming out on top.
Yeah, I definitely agree there. As F1 Lucky sets the first lap, but Indian Jesus goes right on, skips him by 3/10 of a second, as Pio also goes 1,000 faster, or sorry, oh, that's 2 seconds. That's 1.3 seconds faster. Indian Jesus faster than Lucky. Wow, a spanking lap there from Jesus. USA has been known to be, I'd say, balanced out. I'd say Sector 1 is more wheel based. Sector 3 also, but sector 2 then might be bad. It's quite balanced out. ABS does help here a lot, but most tier 4 players are ABS anyway.
Yeah, you got a few people who have ABS off, but fair play to them for sticking to it. Just seen BX37 Pro spin out in sector 1, unfortunate for him. He was on his lap, he sort of took the first apex quite nicely in turn 1, but he just kind of lost a bit of momentum going into the S's. But yeah, it's shaping up a bit closer in the midfield so far. We've seen a few times being put in. Spread out as it tends to be, because people tend to be a bit cautious on their first laps. Just set time in, it can also psychologically help them when they go on the next laps. As you're going around seeing the green delta on the top right, it's like, oh yeah, this lap's going really well. So it's definitely some part of the play that drivers might put into qualifying. So it'll be interesting to see how it shapes up close to the end of qualifying.
100%, and also seeing some drivers here going for 2 laps in a row, definitely would not recommend. You don't have enough ERS to finish the lap, and your tires are going to be pretty darn hot to do 2 in a row. So I highly don't recommend it. It's not the best thing to do on this track, especially.
Yeah, that glitch with the little sort of fireworks in sector 1, well, they can be called fireworks, but where the light, there's some sparks out of the curve in the S's. That seems to be taking a couple of drivers by surprise a little bit, because it's just taking out Chugs again. Thankfully, he took control of the car after it sort of hopped him in the air, but he's managed to regain control and he's back on track now. But it's something they've got to take into account. It may be distracting on the first time people see it, but hopefully we can see some better laps being put in.
Yeah, on board with Shaden right now. He looks to be on a decent lap. We got a very good exit. Oh, commentator's curse goes very deep there. Just keeps it on track though. He is 9 seconds up on his time though. That is enough currently for 136. 136 won't get him that far up though, so he has to be improving in the 3rd sector here. He did get a really good exit out the hairpin, but as he broke into well, I don't even know if it counts as a hairpin as the last turn of sector 2. I have no idea what the turns are here, by the way. I'm absolutely horrible at turns, cannot name one of them. And
let's just say like the Maggots and Beckett select section, shall we? The S's.
We'll go for the S's. We'll go for the S's. Shaden goes P4. The lap did improve after going a bit deep, so he can definitely go even faster than that.
Chubbs just hit the wall on pit entry, unfortunate for him, but he's managed to escape, losing his wheel, thankfully. But yeah, it's just another little thing that Joe's got to look out for here, is the pit entry. You can try and be a bit cautious and go a bit slow, but it could cost you quite a bit of time. You could try and push and keep your pace and try and sort of send it into there, but you risk understeering and sort of going into that wall. So it's another difficult part of the track that drivers should be acclimatized to, especially in qualifying if they want to get some decent points there.
Yeah, 100%. And also we have some people in the chat. Nathan, thank you for joining. We have Stuart McDonald, also known as Atomic. Says good luck to Bailiff and Cammy. We have a little bit of the side there. Isn't Atomic racing tonight though?
Atomic is not racing tonight.
I see.
Yeah.
Maybe couldn't race tonight, but we have Reverend Melvin is going to cross the line now in the AlphaTauri, or no, he's going to be starting a lap. Let's be on board with him. Let's actually take us through a lap here, Reverend Melvin. DRS on, ERS full on, down the main straight here into turn 1. Very late braking, so you can brake very late. I would suggest to apex it and stay as much to the right before the apex. Got a good exit out there. Stay to the right there, don't lose too much time. You want to cut as much of the S's as you can. He cut them decently there. Stays decent amounts on the power early on the power here, and absolutely cut this like he just did. Gray on the left, and also stay close to the right and early on the power to get a good exit. But don't go wide like he did. Stays valid though. He did lift, but a bit sketchy there. He did lift, but it was a bit sketchy. We'll see. I suggest he doesn't set this lap. He still has 8 minutes 30 seconds left, so I suggest he doesn't set the lap. A spin for Xenon, who's doing his, or I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Yeah, well, he's on an out lap.
We'll call him Drone. Drone had a little spin there on his lap, gets out of the way there for his teammate. Suggest he should have towed him. Damn, he should have towed. But that's fine. You gotta keep the Alfa, Romeo on top. Gotta keep the Alfa Romeo on top.
Spyro's also on an outlap, so you know, wouldn't have done him much good. But yeah, you know, Alpha Tower is clearly done.
Oh, is Feral not racing tonight?
No, he's got other commitments.
Everyone who's joined, happy Valentine's Day. I hope you're all enjoying your day. If you are with no Valentine's, you are a loser. But
I mean, you say that, but we're the ones here commentating Monday night.
Yeah, we're the ones here commentating Monday night.
Who's doing better, eh? Clearly, we're the winners here, mate.
Yeah. If you have joined late, my intro is a great one. I mean, we have our special sound tonight. Is the sound of the beautiful. I wouldn't say beautiful, but it is the semi-auto machine guns used in school shootings.
Oh, God.
Absolutely insane. We have Drone here. Don't know what he's doing.
Oh.
He almost reversed and came back onto the track to do another lap. That was very sketchy. Alright.
I think that was Pio there. It's just set at 132.7.
Oh my god, it's still going. Hold on.
Pio's gone up to P2 with that lap. Fair play to him. Craigo's not too far behind with the small gap to to him with only about a 10th. You know, it's getting a bit closer at the top now with about 4 drivers sort of in the 32s, and that. Oh, was that an Alpine? What Alpine was that? Was that Bailiff? He seems to be off track, struggling. He's got to move. He might get disqualified soon if he doesn't move out the way. Yeah, okay.
Is it Bailiff? Yeah, he's out of the way. Don't mess up those two. Don't mess up those tires too much. Ferraris looked like they were almost giving a toe to each other there. No, or was he getting out the way? GG's, I don't know. But F1 lucky. Let's see here. Oh, he's 4/10 up. He's not going faster. He needs to be going faster there if he wants to set a good time. Let's see. Maverick, one of the Alpha Tauris, has not set a lap. There's a spin for Cammy. Very common spot for a spin, but I think his wing is intact. It is. That's important. I see a lot of drivers. Actually, on the medium compound tires, I'm checking in a second here on the detail. Actually, no, I say a lot of drivers. I'm stupid. It's 2 drivers. But oh, and the crash there for not what I wanted to see, especially a very weird spot for a crash. But those medium tires do not have a lot of grip here. It is later into the session.
Must have been a loss of traction then. It's very yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah. Unfortunate there for one of the people I was rooting for tonight, the Alfa Romeo. Unfortunate there, but we do know on this track, starting a bit further back on the mediums is not the worst thing. You have the pace. You do a medium soft, can work out. A lucky safety car can come in. In general, I think it's the faster strategy, the alternate strat. So we'll have to see. Cammy going into the pits, I'm sure he's gonna pop in a nice beautiful set of those red compound tires. Ooh. Who's on a lap here? Let's see.
CRC Freefall's just set a 33.1 and got himself up to P5. Good lap from him.
Yeah, he's he's
also got plenty of time to go in for another lap, so if he keeps that momentum, that should be good.
Ooh, Chugs took a very nice me no speak English, yeah? Took a very nice S section, but there was a bit of cutting there, so I hope he doesn't set the slur. Let's say that. Alright, Alfa Romeo, I have big hopes for Spider up here. Oh, but he's going to the pits. Hope he puts a nice compound on, because he's on 3-lap hold. You really don't want to be doing more than 2 laps. If you fail your lap, I suggest you cool down, and you can do another one, but don't do more than 2 laps. Those tires wear up and really fast.
Yeah, and as you said earlier, the soft medium or the medium soft are sort of the optimum strategy. Not really considering safety cars, but if there's no safety car, then that is really the best thing to do, because the tyres can definitely make the distance. They can, lower your tyre pressures a little bit, because Sector 1 can overheat them quite heavily, and Sector 3 as well with the tight corners and the sort of quick, tricky traction zones. It's definitely what the drivers should be aiming for.
On board with Aussie here, which is most likely going to be his last lap. Took a very good S section, but goes wide into this corner. You can still make it, and he is down on his time. That's good. Aussie, one of the people challenging for pole here tonight in the McLaren. does it. You know, he's doing decent times, doing decent corners here. It's gonna go down into the hairpin. It's probably gonna be his last lap here. I doubt he's gonna get back into the pits. Maybe he can if he aborts his lap, but even then, no, I doubt it. It is quite a long lap here in the track of USA. Let's see what Ozzy's gonna do down into the final. Well, entering the final sector now. Very late brings, so he's gonna cut some of the. He does cut some of it. Took some of my advice there, and he just matches the time. So if he has time to find sector 3, it's now. Let's see what he can do. Takes a very wide line, but Apex, ooh, almost cuts it, but still got a good exit. Mima Moody retires. That a crash, or is that in the pits? That's in the pits. Okay, I guess he's satisfied with his time. He's satisfied with his time. Let's see Ozzy, what he's going to do. One of the people to challenge for a pole. Is he up on his time? We'll have to see. Round the final corner. Misses it. Gets a bit of understeer. He's going to cross the line to set. And he goes faster. 2 tenths faster. That's going to be P3. Provisional P3. Almost P2. But that, I think, unless he has enough fuel for another run, is going to be his only lap. Let's see what the Red Bull's going to do of Red Bull of Ghost Angel. He's going to cross the line. And he's going to cross the line to start a lap, I think. Let's see Mercedes next to cross the line. He's going to start a lap. We have the Williams. He's going to set the lap. And Ash is going to go P8. Decent lap from there from Ash, especially on 3-lap old tires. We have a lot of people crossing the lines now. With Chugs goes P7. Puts Moody down to 8th. We have a few more people crossing the line. Let's see where they do. Ghost is starting a lap. Or sorry, that's Cammy. Cammy's starting a lap. Spider Up, he's starting a lap now. Other has also starting a lap. A lot of people going on their final runs now. What is the... I see one of the AlphaTauris there taking a very weird line. Oh, he's going to the pits. That's Maverick. He's out. Or he's done, I mean, sorry.
He's about to start his last lap. Yeah, he struggles on the exit there. It's not great, but hopefully he can sort of make up the time elsewhere in the lap.
Yeah.
We also got Ferrari going into the pits as well.
Yeah, we have his teammate of Jesus, the man on provisional pole at the moment. He's going to be starting his lap. And right behind him, that's starting his lap a bit close, is Pio. The man who has to challenge him for a pole. That is, I mean, I hope he doesn't get dirty here, but that is very, very close.
Could be trying to get a bit of a slipstream in
a bit of a slipstream.
Or he could even be trying to get close enough to sort of see what lines he's taken and try and mimic them. You never know.
You never know, but Pio taking a decent S section there. Oh, very, very close to the curve. Very nice, and he's gonna match his time there. That's still good. He needs to go 3 tenths or 2 tenths is even enough for pole at the moment. Let's see what he's gonna do. Lose the car a bit, and he's gonna get the slightest of toes here. Let's see what he does. We have Daniela in the chat rooting for Cammy and Bailiff. Oh, and I think, did Jesus bail out, or is just Pio that close? I think it's just that close.
He's just that close. I think he must have had a better sector 1, because I'm watching Indian Jesus now, and he has just been on the straight.
Yeah, Bailiff crosses the line. He's gonna go stay in 6th fastest. Cammy, that's the over 16th fastest. Let's see, the next person to cross the line.
4 tenths up on his time. This is an insane lap from him. 4 tenths in sector 2.
Oh, and he's the commentator skirts! It's the commentator skirts, AJ. He's absolutely bottled it. And I think the only man to challenge him for a pole is Pio. What's Pio looking like? Gets a bit of oversteer there. He's gonna cross into the final corner. Can he snatch pole away from CRL Indian Jesus? He does snatch pole away. He does. Indian Jesus.
What a lap!
Absolutely. Oh, he's bottled it. Pio steals pole position. Indian Jesus on an absolute flyer of a lap.
Just hold on a moment though. Freefall is also on his lap. I'm not. He's
a 10 down
on his
though.
time.
He's a 10 down. He can still improve though. Oh no, but he gets a bit of oversteer. What about his teammate there in the other Red Bull? That's Ghost. He's also on a lap, but he's going slow. Anyone else? There's a lot of people in Sector 3, and still some people to finish their laps. Don't count out Craigo. Oh no, you can count out Craigo. He's out. Yeah, I think
that seems to be it.
That seems to be, and it is it. Unless Shaden. Nope, Shaden's not on lap. That is qualifying against German. Pio just snatches. I mean, I say just, it's by a 10th, but seeing the lap Indian Jesus was on, he bottled it. But well done to Pio. Well done to the top 3 in general. great laps. I mean, a 32.3, that is absolutely insane for a tier 4 time.
Yeah, he did really well in that lap. Unfortunate for those who sort of struggled with their laps, but you know, at the end of the day, that's what happens. Let's hope they can make up their pace in the race, because some people tend to do better in qualifying than they do in the race, and vice versa. So, could be up for a good race here.
Indeed. So, we are moving into the race here. Top 10, we have PO on pole with a 32.393, absolute stonking lap, pole by a tenth. And I have to say, the top 5 have absolutely murked everyone else. Because, I mean, the times, the way they just go down then, I mean, that is some impressive times. We have Indian Jesus in P2, sadly, I had to say he bottled pole there. He was on an absolute stonking lap. Aussie in P3, Craigo in P4, the Scotsman himself in P5, Bailiff in P6. P7 we have Chugs on his debut, very decent qualifying, Moody in P8, Ash in P9, and Shaden to round out the top 10. Great start.
I'd say the biggest shock there, unfortunately, would be Wee Cammy, who's sort of in the top 4 of the championship, not far off of Ash, who's in P3, and he's down in 16th there. But it could be that he was kind of, you know, holding him back a bit with his pace, and he does tend to do really well in the race with a bit of concentration, a bit of momentum. So I'm hoping he gets a better performance this time out.
Yeah, and we're just waiting here for the pace ready up. It's absolutely sky dry here in the USA. Unfortunately, not what we had for us in the qualifying, but we did have it in the race, and it wasn't the most entertaining race. Tier 1 is known for having its beautiful trains and people who can't go into slipstreams, but yeah, we'll see what Tier 4 does here. And I'm excited to see what they're up to. My favorite lap is always the first and last lap, obviously. Most action in both of them, but we'll see what they can do. I feel like the drivers had enough time there to ready up. Someone readies up. You want to take, obviously it always depends on your setup, but you do want to take around 1.5 plus 1.5 laps of fuel. There are 35 laps in the race.
I'm gonna have to double check myself now because you put some notes on. I know it's between. I think it's 28. Yeah.
Oh, it's 28. That wasn't even close.
Timing.
I was not even close. As we get started here on the formation lap, but oh no, is that the Haas? Okay, I think we're good. The Haas almost smacked the Williams off the track there, but that's fine.
Seems to be a bit of a hesitation from
yeah, a bit of a
drone at the back there, Cyril Zenon. Might have just sort of tried to keep his tyres nice and up to temperature rather than burning them out too quickly.
And the predicted pit stop strategy is a 2-stop. It is recommending either the soft medium or the soft hard. I think the soft medium can do it, especially with a safety car. But I mean, Tier 4 might be otherwise. The 2-stop is very much more entertaining. There will be people doing a soft hard. There will be people doing, I'm sure, a soft medium. Let's check the tires that people are on. I would be disappointed. I would be disappointed if there are a lot of people. Oh my lord.
Yep. I was gonna say you've only got the one driver, Wee Cammy, on the mediums.
And I'm calling it now. Cammy is getting a top 5. It is so crucial. It is so. What my prediction here is, the people starting outside top 10 are doing the soft hard, because there is no way you are starting outside the top 10 in USA, in the home of school shootings, without without being on the mediums. It's just absolutely mandatory.
Yeah, it is an interesting choice, but I suppose that's where it comes down to either the pace or sort of track knowledge of these drivers, because it might also have been the driver read up early. It did seem to be quite quick when the time started going, but that's obviously something we can look into in the steward's review. But yeah, we'll see, because yeah, we'll get there when we get there. But yeah, overall, I'll let you take the race away, and let's get it going.
Yeah, drivers lining up here. You can see the front wing of the beautiful Aston Martin. I have to say, next season's Aston Martin, even looking looking even spicier. We've only seen not even half the cars yet, or are we at 4 now? We're at 4 reveals so far, and they're all looking damn spanking sexy, I have to say. So, cars lining up. We have Jesus right behind. We're gonna be on board here with Ozzy. He's probably gonna get the best angle.
Yeah, and I'll cover sort of the number.
Yeah.
I'll cover Reverend Melvin and see what he's going to go up
Alright,
to.
ladies and gentlemen. Lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lights are on. It's lights out and away we go. Jesus got a very, very good start, but he's slow on the acceleration. And that's Pio. Pio's already almost clear. It's someone gonna send it down the inside. The Alpine does an absolute huge send. Oh, and there's contact with Pio. A very, very big send there from Ash, who has wing damage, I'm sure. He falls to P12.
Oh, such a shame that.
And oh no, wait, no, that was Bailiff, and he stays P2 now.
Oh, Moody got caught by that. Oh, no way! Oh, Moody got caught by that curb in Sector 1 and spun himself round, and I think he got T-boned by another driver. That's such a shame for him, that.
Oh no, and Bailiff almost loses out, and that's Pio back in the lead. Pio already 1.4 seconds clear of the rest of the pack. They are all fighting, and this is going right to Pio's plan. Oh, and the McLarens! Oh, the McLarens have some contact between each other. Here comes the McLaren on Ozzy to get past Bailiff. I think that's some family orders over there from Ozzy and Bailiff. They're gonna go past each other.
I think Shaden's got some wing damage because he seemed to have understeered quite heavily out the hairpin there. I'm not sure if that was braking late or if it was damaged because he's.
Oh, and Bailiff sends it on his son. An absolute. Oh, and they're just sending it on each other.
Oh, he needs to shut him out.
This is an absolute family showdown. Get them to the family meeting because there's gonna be some arguments here tonight. Oh, Bailiff loses it, and Bailiff is off. Bailiff is off. Thank God. He just
careful with the rear wing, mate. Oh no.
Oh, the rear wing. It should not have damage with reduced, but Pio leads the Grand Prix by 1.2 seconds. But I have to say, Jesus is looking right hot behind him.
Yeah, a few people pitting on the first lap, probably must be for damage. I suppose in that case they should be happy they're on the softs because they can take the mediums or the hards quite a distance. Probably not to the end of the race, but I reckon for a good while until the next safety car, or even until the race neutralizes later on.
I think the hards can easily go to the end from now. The mediums definitely not though. You have to have some really good tire savings to take those to the end. But yeah. Huge. I mean, that was insane. Actually, more yellow flags. Oh no, that's one of the Alpines.
Yeah. Bailiff again. He seems to really be struggling around here.
Yeah, we have Freefall. Oh, a late send from Freefall. As Krago cannot get on the power. A grey send from Freefall. He's on 90% ERS. He better be using some because Krago is as well. And Ash close behind him. They're gonna make it 3 wide into turn 3. Here we go. Oh, there's not turn 3, but here we go. Ash breaks late, but so does Freefall. Freefall is gonna get past. He does get past.
What an overtake from Freefall. Really good car control. Oh, and Ash just breaks a bit late, makes contact with the back of Krago. He keeps the car well, and he backs off for now. But this does let F1 Lucky into the battle and into the eventual DRS slipstream. This could be a long battle between the 4 drivers.
And how about that? Just starting lap 3. Jesus is just about in and just about out now into the DRS. He better be back in by the time it starts again. By the time DRS is on for the first straight. Pio and Jesus are both on the same amount of DRS. So that's going to be very interesting. Ozzy, he's desperately trying to close up behind them, but the pace of these two up front is absolutely insane.
Looks like Krago there is just paid. Must have been from wing damage from that little contact with Ash not long ago. But one thing that this is good for is one thing you mentioned at the start of the race with Wee Cammy on those mediums. He's loving life here. He's in P9 already from P16. He's getting loads of positions here.
He is losing a lot. Whoa, that's surprising. A lot of time from Cammy. I think he had a bit of a loss there. But no, Jesus. Oh, I think Jesus did get. Oh, he doesn't have DRS. Jesus does not have DRS. That's big. That's big there. As Pio is using though, and Pio is already out of ERS. So that might come into play. Ozzy slowly catching them there. The 2 McLarens up in a very nice spot near each other. P3, P4.
Yeah,
Oh,
it'll
and
bode well for
free
him.
fall. How about free fall? He's getting past a lot of people here. He gets
Ooh,
up into
good
P5.
move that.
Scott is on the pace here and is not messing around.
Yeah, he's looking ahead at those two McLarens. Definitely trying to make some more points on them in the constructors' standings. Because as it stands, Red Bull in 4th place, not too far off the top, 22 points off of Aston Martin, while McLaren, a bit further down in 8th place. They're a bit of a way away, but with these two positions they're in now, it could make up some ground for them.
And we have hit the first penalty of the race. That is F1 lucky. Unfortunately, it is very, very easy to get penalties here. Don't get too many. Keep it to a minimum as much as possible. Jesus back into DRS. I have to say, Ozzy did lose out a bit though in Sector 1. So we'll see what he can do to get back into the DRS. Whew, this is insane. This has quite been the start. Cammy, I have to say, Cammy is 100% in the best spot right now. P9 on those mediums.
Yeah, all he needs is a late safety car, just to help him out with that pit stop. Because at the moment he's got
yellow
positions.
flags,
That's
and that is
Moody
out.
Crashed into the wall.
And there's your first safety car, I'm sure. Oh, it's a VSC. VSC, okay.
VSC.
That has
I don't
played.
think there's many drivers who can capitalize on this, except for those who may have underfueled a bit too much. But it does also help the tyre wear for those who started in the top 10, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, it does. You want to get as much help as possible. I was going to say, if it is a safety car, RIP Cammy, but at the same time, you box now for mediums from the sauce, you're not making it. Or,
Yeah, it'd
well,
be tough. It would really be tough.
it would be really be tough. At the end, you'd probably just make it. I have seen people box early. We've had some people not cone related. Box. Oh no!
Oh no!
And
Tommy,
I don't think
no!
he
Ash,
saw
no!
it coming. I don't think he saw it coming. Cammy gets a drive through.
He nearly lost the rear as well for good measure. It's such a shame for both of them. I think that's two drivers, Ash and Cammy, both Williams drivers, getting drive-through penalties.
Is he gonna serve it right away? I suggest he does. Honestly, just get it out of the way while you can.
Ash JW does serve his drive-through penalty now, but Cammy might be trying to hope to get a bit more ground of drivers behind and hope that a few more people spin out. But as you said, the sooner the better, because if the safety car comes out, he'll lose even more ground to the cars behind. That's a yellow flag in Sector 3.
Well, he's not out though,
like
but he is a spin. It is one of the Alpines. The Alpines are not having a good race, down in P17 and 18. Almost both dead last.
Yeah, it's not the best of days for the reserve. Then he used to be a full-time driver. Oh, and he's lost the rear. Oh dear me, oh no. Just spun on the penultimate corner there, lost the rear on the exit. He must have had really hot tyres, because I don't think they're helping him too much.
Yeah, no, all here.
Meanwhile, we've got the top two fighting for position here, with Indian G's on 50% battery, while Pio is struggling for a bit of deployment here.
Yeah, look like G's is just winding up here for a nice attack, saving that battery as he should. He's doing great. Ozzy desperately trying to catch them still. He's just kept the exact same gap of 2.2 seconds, which at least is impressive. I would say Ozzy's probably still one of the fastest because, Ozzy, a very early box here. Lap 5. Okay, Ozzy.
Could that potentially be damage? Is that him trying to make an undercut onto the hards, maybe?
I mean, this mediums is possible to the end. Oh, he's doing a two-stop. Ozzy is doing a two-stop.
That's an interesting call from the McLaren pit box. It's a bold strategy, Mark. Let's see how it plays out for them.
It is a bold strategy. I think even if it was a two-stop, I think he should have waited maybe an extra lap. Extra 2 laps, actually. I think I would have boxed lap 8, but that's fine. I mean, he comes out, so he's going to come out side by side almost. Luckily gets ahead of this triple train behind him.
Yeah, I suppose that is one sort of positive, but he could be trying to bluff his competitors into pitting early as well, because they could probably see the pace he was on, keeping up with them. And he thought, I'm going to undercut them.
Unless, their stream is on, they don't know that Ozzy here is on softs. Oh, look at it, Jesus though, I was sorry, I wasn't even spectating. Jesus has gone for a move and takes the lead of the race. A great move from I just caught that. So the gap was a tenth. Oh, but Bailiff. Oh, that's in the box. Okay, that's in the
Yeah,
box.
that's unfortunate for him. He didn't seem to have a great start, Tim. I
Yeah,
feel
he's
really bad for him.
unfortunate race there for him. I'm sure he's gonna be rooting on to. Is Ozzy the son?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sure he's gonna be rooting for his son now to get a
I'm
good.
sure he'll do what he can.
I'm sure
I
he'll do
wouldn't be
what he can.
surprised if there's a sort of driver swap in the pit box.
Yeah, I won't be surprised if they just start switching around. Oh no, the Alpines come out of the pits. I hope they won't. I hope he'll be ghosted and won't be in the way. Let's see. 'Cause he's in the middle of the track right now. I beg he's ghosted.
Looks like it's going to drift off track soon. Yeah, it looks like it's off track now. Yeah,
anyway, so that's fine.
into an escape road. Yeah, Pio here probably thinking long term because he does seem to be struggling for ERS, and he
I
seems to be
think
taking his corners really cautiously.
he's out of the DRS. I suggest he boxes this lap. Honestly, you don't have the DRS advantage box. Oh, he's just gonna get it. No, he's not. He doesn't have a DRS.
Oh, it's close.
Jesus, use some to just stay ahead. Yeah, Pio does not have DRS. How about Ozzy? Ozzy's catching Reverend Melvin right now. He's pushing. I mean, you're doing a two-stop. You can just push in every single set of tires you have. Maximum push, everything. It's been a very hectic so far.
Yeah.
Cammy, we didn't catch it, but Cammy has served this drive-through. But he's still in decent position even after getting that drive-through.
He's right back to where he started, bless him. Back in P12, it's sort of 4 positions above where he started technically, but I suppose he's lost all the ground that he made up track position-wise. As MEFC Harvey's trying to build a bit of a gap after overtaking Ash JW on the main DRS
there
straight.
we go.
Oh, and Ash
Jesus.
just lost the traction a little bit.
Jesus, his box. Let's see what he's gonna put on.
And Shaden pits behind him as well.
A shiny medium compound tires. Okay. Now, is this the soft, medium, soft, or is he taking this to the end?
I'd be willing to bet mediums until there's a safety car and he sort of sees what's going on around him as Ozzy sets the fastest lap of the race. Let's see where he comes out in comparison to Indian Jesus.
Oh, but he's gonna be faster. Ozzy's gonna be faster. He's gonna try and get past. Let's see what he. Oh, they touch! Oh, just and it's gonna go down the inside. He's gonna get past him. He's gonna get past him just before the S's. Oh, that was
a big gamble though because Ozzy is on the soft, so he needs to build a big gap ahead in order to make up some time on the pit stop. There's yellow flags in sector 1.
No! Is it a retirement? No, it's a crash. It's Ash.
It looks like. He seems to have lost his front wing entirely. It's such a shame for him as he gets 10 seconds for cutting the track, which should be removable, but until then, he seems to be struggling. I just hope he doesn't sort of impede any drivers.
Oh no, here we go.
It is tough.
Jesus is gonna get back past Ozzy, which is not what you want because Ozzy on the faster compound. There we go. Jesus breezes past. Is Ozzy gonna try and brake late? He does and hits him.
He brakes later.
He hits him. He hits the back of him. Ozzy's desperate to stay ahead. He's gonna go down the
inside.
There goes wheel by wheel. This is not gonna end well, but it does end well. Ozzy gets right back past Jesus. Oi oi oi.
Oh, this is an interesting battle here between the 2 different compounds between these 2 drivers. Indian Jesus, formerly a Tier 1 driver, moved on to wheel now, probably thinking for the better. I'm just going to sit in the slipstream here, get some DRS, let him bring me along on some pace, because he has got the quicker tyre, but he might also evaluate whether his pace is quick enough to get past him in the next couple laps, because he will want to keep within his DRS, because otherwise he's going to have Pio on his
This
on
is
his
horrible
back,
for
not
Pio.
for long.
Jesus is getting free DRS, and look at the gap already. The gap between Jesus and Pio is 17 seconds. That is way ahead. I mean, Pio's gonna fall way back behind Jesus, and just losing
it seems
time
like it's a
after
big call
time.
for him. I think Pio's gonna be hoping for a safety car right around now. And this is also a decent position for free-fall because he's up in P2 on track. So if he pits, I reckon he'll come out around sort of lower top 10, I'd say, sort of like around 8th to 9th. Which could be good for him because all he needs then is there's a few little gaps in between the 2 Haas cars and his teammate in the Red Bull. he could sort of build a bit of pace and a bit of track position. That's
That's
the other.
that's in the pit.
Yeah, it's the other
Yeah, not a good day for the Alpines. P17, P18. That's 0 points for both. Unfortunate there. A race to forget.
Yeah. And we've got F1 Lucky here trying to keep on the back of Raven, Melvin, and Wee Cammy. I believe they've just pit for their new tyres. Wee Cammy's still on the mediums that he started the race on. Oh, and he breaks a bit late. F1 Lucky, and he goes on the inside of Raven, Melvin. Seems to have made the move stick, but could it have been a bit of a late move? I guess I guess that's up for Melvin to decide, but we'll go from there. As he's trying to get a bit of ground on F1 Lucky. On
And there's a small spin, I think. Oh no, that's the Alpine coming out of the pits.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate that. As Freefall seems to be making a bit of ground on Pio at the moment. I think he's gained a second on the last lap, was it?
Yeah,
it must have been sort of 10.8 seconds behind.
Pio going long here. I bet he is hoping for a safety car because the gap between him and Jesus, I mean, look at that. That is 15.1 seconds. Yeah, I mean, I think Pio is just praying for a safety car at this point.
I reckon it could also be that Indian Jesus is trying to go for a two-stop. And Pio's going long to just sort of make it better at the end because he's... I don't know, because he's got alright pace, but Aussie and Indian Jesus seem to be catching up really quick here.
Yeah.
So it is really an interesting strategy battle here between these cars.
Aussie now being out of DRS is not going to carry Indian Jesus anymore, but the softs die quick here, so I wouldn't be surprised if Indian Jesus is going to get like, I think probably 3 seconds behind Aussie, and we'll just catch right back up. Right back out then behind Aussie, so... it's going to be interesting here. Those three battling out. I'm not even spectating it. We have Cammy, Melvin, and F1 Lucky. As Melvin gets past F1 Lucky, and they're going to go. Oh, I was going to say too wide, but no.
It was a nice double overtake into the hairpin. Probably a bit of payback on F1 Lucky for he did the previous lap. But yeah, he seems to be out in front of him now.
That's no, it is a spin. It is a spin. It's Ghost Angel. So I thought it was blue flags, but it's a spin.
Has he got any wing damage from that, or is it just sort of on track? Oh, is that Haas as well? MFC Harvey's also lost his rear. Seems to be a really difficult corner for some of these drivers there.
I mean, it is a difficult corner. It's absolutely the traction there. You have to be just perfect on it. As Bailiff pits, he might have wing damage. Look at these three battling it out, though. Look at this. F1 Lucky right behind Melvin. I mean, F1 Lucky should be fast on those tires. He does have the advantage as Melvin goes deep. A bit early, F1 Lucky. Don't do it too early. You have a DRS straight right ahead of you. Keep it calm, keep it cool. You are fast. You are on the faster compound, so you can get past easy here. And Cammy loses out to their DRS there. Not what he wanted. Here comes F1 Lucky. He's gonna go down the inside. And he's going to get past Melvin. He's going to stay ahead because he has DRS.
Just seen Aussie overtake Freefall. It was a bit, a bit of a centre and far back, but he's made the move stick. Goes a bit wide on the exit of that tough corner we were just talking about before the long right-hander. But he's made it stick and he's building a bit of a gap now from Freefall. As Indian Jesus is slowly catching and keeping his way up. Pio's also just gone into the pits. And we'll find out he's going on the mediums. So it's probably the best call to make. And they can definitely make it to the end, don't you think?
Yeah, easily. But look at that, Jesus already passed him. I mean, he's going to be like 10 seconds ahead at this point.
It is an interesting decision to stay out that long, but he must have been waiting for a safety car.
Yeah.
Must have been.
Well, look at that timing.
I suppose they'll... Yeah,
side by side. And let's see how far behind he is. So I'll put the leader here. So Pio is he's around 8 seconds behind Jesus. That's a big gap to catch. But his laps are 4 laps younger.
Yeah, he has got the benefit of the fresher tyres. He also has Chug's 15, the debutant, right in front of him on soft compound tyres. So it could be either a burden with the traffic or the sort of difficulty getting past him. because it will be difficult for Chubbs to make it through the rest of the race on those softs. He will have to pit again. So Peel will have to make a decision as to whether he wants to get past him or
Look
just let
at
him come
Xenon now,
along.
gonna go down the inside. Whoa! That was big contact between the two of them. A very big send there by Drone. And Drone, is he gonna get DRS? He is gonna get DRS. Is he gonna go back past Cammy? Cammy's gonna defend hard. Ooh, they're both weaving on the street. Look at Cammy almost forcing Drone off the track. But Drone's gonna get past and he's gonna stay ahead. Oh, Cammy with a late switch. Almost gets it done, but Drone stays ahead. I don't think Cammy was happy about that sand before the straight. That was a
He seems to be pushing
sand.
really hard. He's
Going
very
for down
late.
the inside now. Drone goes wide. He got a little scared there.
Yeah, it's probably best in Cammy's best interest now to just sort of let him pass and sort of fight a different battle, because he is on 2 lap fresher tyres, and Cammy does seem to be struggling a bit. Just wait for the next DRS straight, build a bit of a gap, or to close the gap a little bit, and sort of just keep pace with him, because he has also got a similar amount of ERS, so if he's got the pace on the track, then he should be able to keep with him. Oh, and he breaks a bit late. Just focus on your own race, mate. Keep it up. Come on, man.
Keep it up, Cammy. I mean, what the hell are these gaps, by the way? Everyone's split by each other. These are the only 2 people within each other's DRS.
Ooh. I'm just worried. I don't know, there's something about Cammy's driving. Like, his style, he's very sort of like, I don't know, it's just something about it. But he's definitely got good pace, and I think in this DRS he could go for a little bit of a dive bomb, I think, on the inside of Xenon. But Xenon will definitely be aware of it.
Both of them are of no ERS at all. They're both using what they don't have. Let's see here. Cammy has DRS open. He's just using DRS that he doesn't have. But the DRS is just gaining him. Slipstream is gaining him. I'm probably going to count. We're going to see a dive bomb here. He breaks late. He's going to go for switch back. No, he's going to try to stick it around the outside. Doesn't break late enough for that. Is he going to send one down the inside? No. He's trying to stick it around the outside here. Heavily. Almost goes off the track. They're side by side now, entering here in Sector 3. Cammy breaks later. Cammy gets ahead.
Yeah, for now, because both drivers seem to have equal pace, so it could go on for another few laps this, if both drivers are going to keep it safe. But it is a really close battle here, as PO seems to be within the DRS zone now of Chugs, but they're about to go through Sector 1.
Yep, let's see what happened here. Oh, PO, that looks like probably a warning, not something he wants. Let's see what he's going to do here in the DRS zone. Oh, Xenon, look how close he is to Cammy. They're side by side into turn 1. Who's going to get ahead? Cammy stays ahead, but they touch wheels. They're going to go side by side now into turn 2, entering turn 3. What's going to happen? Nothing. Cammy stays behind. Let's see PO though. They're entering the main straight. Yeah, PO's going to go for a move. Chug, not using any RS. I think he's accepting. Oh, there he goes. Overtakes on, but I think you should just accept it, mate. Because he's faster, your softs are dying. Be careful. Oh, but PO goes deep.
Ooh. We have word from the Williams pit crew that apparently Cammy has a control problem, mechanical issues that won't let him accelerate fully, which I've also just confirmed by looking at his.
I see. I am. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so
mad.
That is causing a bit of an issue. I did watch it as they were going through Sector 1 as well, and it didn't go full either for a lot of the time.
You can't fully brake either. Wow.
Such a shame that. He's done really well despite these problems, and he's trying to fight with Xenon, who is also putting up a good bit of pace for him. As we've got a few drivers on the alternate strategy. PO, as he said, keep him with Chugs. He's got a penalty now.
I mean, that's
insane. He's gonna have to think about his move.
I mean, that's insane that Cammy's, still keeping up with that pace. Here they're going side by side, Cammy and Joan. Cammy stays ahead now, or gets past. But look at that, he can only go to about 90% acceleration. That's a huge difference. I would say 90, probably 93%. But still, look at that.
Yeah, we've seen a few penalties shoot about right now, aren't we? Because Pio's just got on his second 3 second penalty.
Second 3 second.
Yeah. He's gone up to, I think, 6 seconds now. I think it's probably best we sort of show it to the audience, maybe see if they fancy having a look. Yeah,
Yeah,
we've
yeah,
got
we'll
a few
show this
penalties.
second here as Chugs and Pure are gonna go side by side into turn something.
I think it's 13.
We'll call it 13, let's say that, we'll call it 13.
Yeah.
I'm totally not counting right now.
I was about to do the same, but I thought, you know what, let's just enjoy the battle while we can.
Yeah, we'll call it 13, we'll say that.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got Xenon still on the back of Cammy
Yeah,
here.
look at this
Hopefully
fight, these guys have been fighting for
straight.
ages. And there we go, Joan right back past Cammy and stays ahead by a lot. Yeah, you can definitely tell that problem with Cammy. Unfortunate there for him. Oh, look at that. Like I said before, Ozzy was going to extend on Jesus, but Jesus right back in the DRS where those mediums are at the advantage. I think it's, 9 laps on those softs. It's time to box for those mediums, May. I'm sure he was waiting for a safety car, but I don't think he should wait any longer.
Yeah, he's definitely in a territory now where he's got to think, give me a safety car, otherwise I'm going to have to sort of absolutely belt it on some fresh pair of mediums, because he could easily push every single lap on a new set of mediums, because ideally you'd want to hop onto the softs in the next couple of laps, but he's chosen to go on these softs for the second
Oh, look at this weaving though there from Ozzy. He does not want Jesus to get past. Here goes Jesus.
It's an interesting choice.
Interesting choice, yeah, but they're gonna break side by side here. Here goes Jesus, he's gonna try and stick it around the outside, but no, Ozzy isn't having none of it. They're gonna go side by side here into sector 3. Oh, and Ozzy stays ahead. There we go, interesting. I'm sure he's slowing him down, Jesus down for Shaden. But Shaden's on the
This is
2
good
stop
for
as
Pio
well.
after all. Disregarding penalties for on-track position, this is good for Pio, and it is also good potentially for the likes of Craigo and Freefall, those of which who... and Ozzy does go into the pits!
Yeah, that safety car was never coming and he had to box. He's gonna be some nice, shiny mediums there, but also he's only gonna come out P5. He has some catching to do, but because there's Chugs and his teammate Shaden also on the 2 stop, so he's provisional P3 at the moment.
Yeah, it's not too bad for him. Ultimately, if he's trying to solidify a safe position in the top 5, then he's made the right decision. Although he is not far ahead of the likes of Craigo and Freefall. Craigo does likely need to stop again onto maybe some softs in the next couple of laps, but you never know. We'll see how it pans out.
Yep. Is F1 lucky in the pits? He's going to box his line on set. There are a decent amount of people doing the 2-stop. We'll check. Actually, want to check now. Stops. We have. I mean, there are people who have to stop still, but we have so far 2 people on the 2-stop. There are going to be another 2 who still have to stop. Spyro is doing his 2nd stop, so there are quite a few people here.
Yeah, a few variations in the strategy. Some enforced changes, and some, predetermined. But I think overall, some of these drivers should be. Yeah, go on, what's happened?
I know someone is going to be praying for a safety car. That's Chugs. I saw his yellow light come on of the fuel.
Oh,
and that is very, very early.
It doesn't seem to have come on. Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh, that's a big worry. I believe that means you've got. Oh, he's gone a little bit there. I believe that means you've got an estimated 1 lap above the expected finish, I believe. Can you correct me if I'm wrong? So I think it means you can make it just about over half a lap at the end of the race or something.
I swear it means he's at the minus.
It's been a while since I've had those sorts of problems, Mark, so
I mean, he's gonna get some back here in the pits, but not even close to enough for what he needs.
He's definitely going to hope for a safety car, because it does get a bit cloudy now, so this could be interesting to see if it does drop a bit of rain, even though the drivers gave us a bit of a report before the race saying it would be fully dry. But in another league, we had an expected race to be fully dry, but there was a bit of rain, wasn't there, Mark? And, but it never turned into inters.
Yes, because it was approximate, not perfect weather, and that can change. I mean, the chance was 35% rain approximate. It was genuinely more because it did rain, but it never got to winters.
Yeah, and just getting correction from your own here. You are correct. Yellow, the fuel gauge. It does mean that it's minus fuel, so
Yeah,
that is a big worry there
that's a
for
big,
Chugs.
big worry. It's way, way too early for that light to come on.
It's
He's
a
got
bit of a
some
worry.
big, big saving to do.
Okay, let's have a look here. The closest few drivers seem to be for the battle for fourth here between Krago, Shaden, and Freefall. Shaden just pit for these mediums, probably can push every lap to the end, but he has got a few penalties, so it could prove to be a bit of a problem for him if Scott can keep within 6 seconds, because he's keeping penalty free, which is a really good job for him because he's still getting used to his wheel. He's still getting up to pace, so he's doing really well so far.
Yeah, and I don't want to jinx it, but I mean, look at Indian G's just 8 seconds. Looking, the win is his to lose. Also penalty free.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying, but at the end of the day, you never know what can happen. Late safety car could change things drastically. We could also see a few penalties. One spin can change anything. But I believe where is he in the standings? He's 14th at the moment. He's had a few bits of bad luck. He is also, as I said earlier, a driver that's sort of come from the pad to the wheel. He's still getting used to it, and I think that's sort of where the mistakes previously have come and shown through. So this could be his breakthrough race.
Melvin's done the soft, medium, soft tiers. He's going to be blitzing here in the last 10 laps of this race.
Yeah, we've got Shaden now on the back of Krago as well. Didn't take long for him to catch up.
Yeah.
He's got the DRS.
Shaden looks to be nice and fast on those new medium compounds. I mean, Krago is actually on 15 lap. Well, I did not realize that, but yeah, Krago needs to box there for some. Or is he taking those? I think he's trying to take those to the end. That's gonna be a bit tough, but we'll see what he can do.
He can try.
He can try.
It'll be a big ask. It'll be a big ask, but if he makes it, then it'll truly be a very, very good stint from him. That's Maverick there in P11 now, being overtaken by F1 Lucky on his fresh mediums through the DRS zone.
Oh no!
Yellow flag.
Oh, here we go. There are no cars around him, and I think that's going to be the reason the safety car is not coming out, because there are no cars around him. That is very lucky for Jesus.
Very lucky indeed. But it's such a shame for Spyro, because he was if he'd have stayed racing, you never know what could happen, because points do go down to 15th place, which means, and also the top driver gets 40 points. So it's all to play for. As it looks like Images could build a bit of momentum in the early part of the season.
Krago's box, by the way.
Oh yeah, he has.
He's on fresh compound sauce. He's like, nah, I'm not taking these to the end. Here about Scott. Scott looking at this. No pens. We'll get the gap here. He's 5 seconds behind the person, but Shaden has 6 seconds. Aussie has 3 and PO has 6.
Just look at this battle here now between Cammy, Lucky and Maverick. Maverick, who's hit onto the hards in the 3rd lap, trying to catch up to F1 Lucky on the fresh mediums against Cammy on the old mediums, who's not pit yet. He hasn't pit since, even with his drive-through. He's got some decent pace here in P9. He may drop to near the back, maybe P12, P13. But F1 Lucky does make the move, and it does also invite Maverick into the DRS zone a little bit, because he also has his rear wing open. That's a Haas!
That's Chugs. That's the last thing. He's running low on fuel. He's spun. Last thing he wanted there. And his tires are hot. Watch out, mate. Watch out. No.
Oh, he seems to be struggling there.
Oh, no. And, is that Scott? No.
No, no way.
Scott spun
the kiss of death.
Corner.
Has he got any damage? Let's find out. Is there any way we can see it? Oh no, it's such a shame. He's still got a bit of a gap to the car behind if he doesn't have damage. Doesn't look like he does, depending on the way he took that corner. He might have just kept it out.
No, he does. Yeah. I don't think he does. Might have just missed the wall.
That's a shame there, as Weak Hammy finally makes his pit stop as well. Hopefully he's changed it to go on the softs. But that's a shame for him with the drive early on, and let's just hope he can get some pace in the final stint.
Oh, Cammy staying in the pits to save a 5 second. I think oh no, Cammy couldn't get out. No, he stayed an extra 3 seconds. Oh, that's some extra time he did not want there, but not much he can do really.
Yeah. We've got Craigo now, who hasn't got DRS on the main straight, on the back straight, correct me. But he's just about closing the gap with these fresh softs onto Chugs, who did have that little
here we go.
loss of traction.
I've caught someone else. I've caught someone else. It's Pio. Pio has no fuel.
Oh dear, that's going to be a big shame for him.
That Pio, the man in P2. That McLaren 2-3 looking hella nice right now because he has no fuel. He better be saving. He's just on the minus, but that's still early.
Yeah, this could end up being decided in the final few laps, and yes, I know races are always decided on the final lap, but in terms of how to predict it, you can't quite say what's going to happen because can Pio and Chugs both save their fuel in the final few laps, or are they going to lose time significantly? Because we don't know what's going to happen here, because there's quite a gap, but is it going to be enough?
Oh, here goes Melvin. He almost goes for a move, unlucky. But he's going to think better of it to not go for a move here. He's on the faster compound and fresher, so he's going to be trying to get past him as soon as possible. We have Craigo is trying to get past Chugs here after the spin. Chugs yeah, Chugs just not enough fuel to finish the race, so he's I'm sure he's not in the happiest mood right now.
Yeah, unfortunately it does look like Freefall has damage. It might be very insignificant, but he's lost quite a bit of pace to Chugs and Craigo, cars behind him. It may be down to the tyre difference, the compound difference, but it's unsure because it might be trying to maintain his tyres after that spin, because it does also heat your tyres up quite badly, which could wear them out a lot quicker if you don't be careful with them in the next laps.
Yeah,
let's see how this pans out.
It usually cools down by a lap, so if Scott does have damage, I think he does. We can tell here by how much. Oh yeah, he's gone a bit wide there. I think it's the slightest of damage.
Yeah, lift off as well. But yeah, it does also bring Chugs and Craigo into an interesting battle here, because if Freefall can keep on their back and in their DRS, then it's golden for him, because they both have penalties. And in the final few laps, he may not need to fight this battle too much, because he can just keep in their DRS and keep within 3 seconds of Craigo, and he keeps that P5.
No, I don't think Scott has damage. It's just, I mean, don't forget, the softs are about 1.1 seconds faster. Plus, they are 8 laps older. Yeah, look at the way Scott's taking those S's. He does not have damage.
That's a good point, that, to be fair. Suppose one way to find out is if he gets onto the podium, we can ask him ourselves.
Yeah.
But it'll take a miracle for that to happen, I'll say.
You know, Pio has been catching in Jesus, but as we said, you know, Pio, look at that fuel, yellow as can be. I'm going to be looking out for more people here on yellow, because I am very curious. Jesus is clear. It's only Pio. Yeah, it's only Pio. It's only Pio and Chugs. Here goes Melvin. Melvin's going to be making a move here on Drone. So Melvin up to P8. Drone, I doubt will send him from there. Power back, so Melvin up to P8.
Yeah. Chugs just slowly keeping on the back of Freefall. Probably doesn't want to stick behind him for too long because of the gap to Craigo. Probably want to try and stay in the DRS zone and try and tag him along, but he's definitely going to want to get past him very soon.
Indeed, and let me tell you someone who's not enjoying their tires right now, that is Drone. 20 laps and still has 4 to go.
That is rough. If he makes them to the end, that is good from him, but he does also have a few penalties, doesn't he? He's got... Okay. Unfortunately, thankfully for him, it's nothing compared to the 9 seconds of F1 Lucky behind him, or even the 21 seconds for Amiasi Harvey. So I think he should be okay to keep his position.
Oh, and Chugs hit a big curb there, almost flew, and the spin for the Red Bull of Ghost, who's safe, but who's that changing his wing in the pits?
Oh, there's a bit of contact, I think, between Chugs and Freefall as they go into that corner. That uphill left.
Oh, it's Harvey changing his wing there.
Doesn't look like there's any damage between them either, as Ash sets the fastest lap of the race on soft tyres, I believe.
Here comes Scott on Chugs. Is he going to go for a move? I think he is. Here goes Scott on Chugs. They're going to go side by side into the hairpin. Scott, it's been his favorite overtaking spot tonight. Can he keep it his favorite? Chugs does keep it around the outside though and stays ahead, but Scott's going to get better entry into this corner. He has the inside open for him. Doesn't do it. Thinks better of it.
Yeah, his time in Tier 2, well, sort of going up the ranks up in Tier 3 and up to Tier 2 may have sort of brought a bit of a mindset where he just needs to think, you know, be patient, wait for the DRS zone and I'll get him. But it's just been a long, strung out battle between these two drivers over the last few laps. It's developed and developed, and it did result in that contact, so he might be thinking a bit more cautiously and just sort of cut his losses and try and keep within that 6-second gap to keep the to keep P6.
Yep, and we have Lucky who has gone past. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning, Joe. Sorry, I'm yawning here.
You.
Oh,
oh
Scott!
No! God damn it, no, Scott!
Scott!
Oh!
A second spin, and no.
Careful your tyres, mate.
He was in such a good position.
But he can still get some positions because of the penalties ahead of him. I think F1 Lucky, he's got 12 seconds of penalties. So if he can get back past him and then build up a bit of pace towards Melvin, I don't know if 3 laps is enough time, but it is a bit of a problem for him now. But also, looking at this, Aussie is now within 3 seconds of Pio, enough that he can snatch P2 away from him. Because Pio has 9 seconds of pens, whereas Aussie has 6, so it could be a better strategy to get P2. He may have sacrificed P1 for it, but it could be ultimately a better position with this 2-stop strategy.
Yeah, but Pio, as I said anyway, he's going to run off fuel at the end, so we'll see how many positions he tops. It's looking very nice for, a little voice crack there. It's looking very nice for McLaren 2-3 at the moment.
It really is. It could be a good points haul for them, as we also see some good points coming in for Ferrari, P1 and P8. Some solid points for, I'd say, for an Alpha Tauri as well, maybe. You know, P7,
yeah,
P11. Some decent points compared to, you know, some of their rivals.
Solid points for Alpine.
Bit of a low blow, I must say. But it's a team effort at the end of the day. It is a combined constructors between all 4 divisions in CRL, so one bad race from a constructor in one division may not mean the end of the constructors fight. But, you know, it's a team effort.
It is a team effort. And how about Aussie? Really, really close to PO now. PO, I'm sure, he is trying to save a bit, because this is not the pace we were seeing in the beginning, because he did catch 4 seconds to Jesus, and now just the gap stayed exactly the same.
Yeah, it's another penalty there for Cyril Zenon, as he's trying to keep with Freefall and F1 Lucky.
We are getting
Freefall seems to be keeping a good gap there.
Last 2 laps of the race is in Jesus Baldassar, lap 27 here. Final 2 laps, I'm sure he just wants to bring it home at the moment.
Yeah, and Freefall's just not close enough yet for a move on F1 Lucky, but he is slowly getting there. Just needs to keep within the track limits, because I believe he's still not got a penalty. I'm just going to have a look now at his race director. He seems to have just the 1 warning, so he can afford to go a bit wide on 1 corner in his attempt to get past him, but it may not be worth the risk.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus goes a bit wide there. Harvey getting another pen, not something he wants at the moment. Caps are all over the place, but we do have Freefall on F1 Lucky. Still no pens for Scott. He still can grab P8 here. So, good for him. He's going to go for the overtake. Doesn't need penalties to stay ahead, as he's going to make the overtake. And now gets ahead of... Oh no, they're going to be a side-by-side though. Oh, Lucky make a nice switch back there. We're lucky to stay ahead now. Great switch back there from Lucky.
It does
Aussie.
look a
Oh,
little bit
Aussie
like
now.
Scott's understeering now. Oh, yeah.
Aussie's in the DRS here.
Yeah,
Now
he
Aussie
had it in the
doesn't
previous
know
straight.
about Pio's fuel situation, so obviously he's going to be pushing as much as possible, even though Pio has 3 seconds more pens.
Yeah, is now free fall into the DRS zone. Lucky trying to break the toe by moving to the left and then back into the middle. Moves a bit across the right. Scott may not be close enough this time round to get the move done, although he may go for a late break. He thinks better of it and gets back onto the racing line to try and pick a fight another day.
Yeah, look how close Aussie is.
Oh yeah. Sector 1 is a difficult place to overtake, but you never know what can happen with someone on low fuel and someone on quicker tyres.
Yeah,
What can happen here?
We are at the end of the Grand Prix now. Started lap 20. I have to say, Indy's been either very cautious.
His
These two
fuel's
have
on
been
red.
absolutely rapid. Red.
Pio's fuel is on red. It's flashing red. It could go at any moment now. And same with Chugs as well. Both drivers on red fuel lights.
Oh, that's very early for Chugs, though.
And Indian Jesus as well on red fuel lights. It could be they're on the last lap of fuel.
Oh my, this is very close here. A lot of people gambling with their fuel. Here we go. Aussie is going to go for the down the inside. He is going to go down the inside of Pio. Pio is not going to defend it very well. Oh, Pio. Oh, is he? He is. He is out of fuel. Pio is out. Here comes. Oh, it's going to be so
he's brought up
close.
the yellow flags.
This is going to be so close. Is Shading going to catch him?
Oh, it's going to be a big ask, but he could make it. Aussie does get another penalty, though. I could play into Pio's hands.
Here comes Indian Jesus to round the final corner, and Indian Jesus wins the Grand Prix, the USA School Shooting Grand Prix. He wins, and look at that, Chugs is out of fuel now. Here comes Aussie. Aussie's going to cross the line. P2, Pio. Here comes Shaden, though. Shaden's not quick enough to...
Is it enough?
It's not enough. Wait, but Shaden, yeah, Shaden has 3 seconds.
Could get him on penalties.
He could get him on penalties. Can Shaden get the 2 and 3 for McLaren? No!
Oh no!
5
tenths in it! Prego next across the line, 10 seconds behind on track from Shaden in McLaren. Can he get any positions here? He finishes on track.
P5.
In P5 for now. Let's see where Chugs ends up, because he's been overtaken now by Lucky and Freefall. Can it be even worse with Xenon closing in behind them?
Yeah.
Melvin's now just crossing the line, stays behind Prego.
Jones just gonna get him! No, he's not, the acceleration's gonna be so
Freefall
close.
finishes P7. Chugs crosses the line. He's ahead of F1 Lucky.
Just.
Oh, Xenon! Oh no!
So close, F1 Lucky. Maverick
just
is gonna
under a
cross the
10th. The
line.
Maverick piece!
Oh no!
No way!
7,000s for Maverick.
Oh wow.
Now that was the USA Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen. We still have 2 more people to cross the line. Ooh.
Wow. While you go through the rundown, shall I bring these drivers into the podium interviews?
Yeah, Ash crosses the line now, P14. We have the last person to cross the line to end this Grand Prix. Ghost Angel here is going to round the final corner. And come P15. Oh, P14 just gets Ash there on penalties. So, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. That was your USA Grand Prix. Indian Jesus domination there from P2. Didn't get pole, but was absolutely dominant there in the race. Gets P1 and wins it. We have driver of the day, Drone. Yeah, I mean, Drone had a very decent race, especially after pulling off a decent 2-stop, but he went from P17 to P10, so very nice. But I have to say, biggest probably improvement is Shaden, P10 to P4. We've had Indy Jesus, who wins the race, Aussie, who gets P2, Pio, P3, Shaden almost making it so close to a McLaren 2-3, but gets P4, Grego P5, Melvin P6, Freefall P7. So a decent result after those 2 spins. You could have done so much better though. Chugs P8, F1 Lucky P9, and Drone to round out the top 10. We have also the fastest lap goes to Ash, who does take a point as he is P15, so he'll take that fastest lap point any day. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the USA Grand Prix. We're gonna get some people in for the podium interviews, but wow, great race. as you already have 2 people in the party. We'll just wait here to see if Ozzy is gonna join, and he does. Alright. Boys, I mean, what a race. What a race
Yeah.
here. I can't even
In
get
Jesus.
into the... Yeah, you can...
Shall I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can go.
So yeah, Indian Jesus, congrats on the win, mate. I think that's your first win on the wheel. How do you feel?
Oh man, that was a great race. I feel pretty good. I finally put it together for an entire race, not spun out, and I think I'm making progress like week by week. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep going.
Yeah, you sort of build a good gap now. Sort of not a gap, but you build sort of a bit of momentum early on in the season after 2 sort of not so great races. How do you see the next few races playing out for you?
It's always gonna be tough because I mean you saw it today. It's one of my better tracks, and those guys were quick. It wasn't easy, and I think the next couple of tracks are not gonna suit me as well. So it's gonna be tough to replicate that, but I'm gonna do my best to stay up there.
Yeah, it's the spirit. But yeah, Ozzy, congrats on P2, mate. Was it ever in doubt? I'm going for the 2-stop. How do you feel?
Kind of shocked that I pulled it off, to be honest.
Yeah, we were sort of talking about sort of the risky move to go for softs in the second stint, I think it was, and seemed to pull it off. You happy with the pace?
Bro, what did you say?
Yeah, I can imagine you're sort of tired, but yeah, just asking, you happy with the pace, or you feel like you could have got more?
I feel like I could have gone more, but if I didn't have about 30%, 35% tyre wear on the first lap, maybe I could have kept up. But
yeah, fair enough. Still a good drive, mate. P2, some good points from McLaren as well. How do you see the next couple of races going for you? You like Brazil?
oh, love Brazil, one of my favourite circuits.
Yeah, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. And now on to P3. How you feel? Yeah, we were sort of watching. We sort of saw the yellow fuel tank, not like sort of not long left, and we were panicking for you, but you seem to do well with it. It was close. I think it was like 5 tenths, so you did well to keep it. Yeah, there's good points for Aston Martin as well. Thank you all for the race, and thanks for putting on a good show for us.
GG guys, bye.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll see if we see you guys next week on the podium interview too. Yeah, see you lads.
Yeah, congrats to everyone. Congrats to the top 3 there as we had the podium interviews with AJ. I could not even say congrats, but yeah. Congrats to the top 3. So close to Shaden for the podium. Unlucky for him, but great race we had here in Tier 4. I probably say before we leave, get a last word in.
No, just thanks for joining me in the commentary booth, and yeah, hope you enjoyed it as much as we did for the audience as well.
Thanks for joining me in the commentary booth. I'm number 1, boys. Thank you everyone. Yeah. This was the USA School Shooting Grand Prix. We get the last sound in before we leave. Hold up.
God's sake.
And play. Oh, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining, and have a good evening.